What is going on, people? What is going on, man? I know this is a very, 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 very last minute live stream. So uh probably gonna have a few people trickle in here in a minute. And I did a kind of a promo at the last minute, and I got a special guest in the house tonight. I wish I'd have had a little more time to plan it, but I literally went to his live, and he next thing I know, he asked me when I was going live. I was like, I can go live tonight if we need to. And here we are. So gonna go ahead. I'm just sending this out real quick. And then we're gonna get this thing crunk. All right, we got one person in the building. Without any further ado, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Rod, and I want to welcome you to Point Blank Travel PBT Live. We in the building, and if this is your first time here, let me know where you're tapping in from, man. See, we got two real homies in the building. I am broadcasting from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Arlington, Texas, to be exact, home of the Dallas Cowboys and the World Series world champions, Texas Rangers. And no, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I just wanted to come on, man. Again, I have a special guest, and before I bring him on, which is going to be here momentarily, do me a favor if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. I'm probably going to say this again because we got one real homie in the building. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, man. It's going to default to personalized. Make sure you select all. Also, hit the thumbs up, hit that like button, and help the video get pushed out. Share the channel out, share with your family and your friends. You never know who could learn from information like this. And without any further ado, man, I'm not going to hold this guy up. Whether we got 1 or 1 million, we're going to treat it like a million, baby. And we about to get into it. Well, before what's going on, Ulysses, what's going on? I see you in the building. Before I bring him on, I do have to do an introduction. Tonight, it is the honor and a pleasure and a privilege to have SledgeIncTeam in the building. This gentleman here, man, is a powerhouse, a guru when it comes to credit cards. Now, when I say guru, some people have said I'm a guru, but that doesn't mean we know everything about credit cards. It just means, or points and miles, it just means we probably know more than the average person. So don't think we know everything. But I could tell you, man, right? Over 3,000 subscribers, growing every day, man. You go check out his live. It is on point. But without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring my main man, Sledge. And I'm just going to call him Sledge. I ain't got time to be saying no SledgeIncTeam the same way y'all don't say Point Blank Travel. Y'all just say PBT. Hey, Caleb Moore, I see y'all in the building. But without any further ado, coming to the stage is my main man, Sledge. But if you're looking for him on YouTube, SledgeIncTeam. What is going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
Man, I cannot beat that introduction. I cannot beat that introduction.
But and you know what? I ain't got that written down nowhere, man. It just be coming off the dome, man. It just be coming off the dome. Sledge. I guess I had a lot of practice. Over 700 videos on this channel and a couple hundred on the other 3 channels I got. So I guess it's just from plenty of practice, man. And then I was saying, you know, like I told you backstage, this is I'm gonna pretty much give you the floor. And I'm like, but I'm gonna ask some questions. But I was like, yo, I do interviews on one of my channels and I had the questions ready, but then I jumped on my phone and started jotting down some notes. So, but do me a favor, man, before we get started, man, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I'm gonna give you the full screen. Don't, you make it short, keep it brief, because I probably have some questions for you. But just tell everybody about yourself, your channel, and all that good stuff, man.
All right. This is SledgeIncTeam. They call me Mr. Do Your Research. I've been doing YouTube for just over a year, maybe a year and a couple months. The only way you can reach me is on my YouTube channel. Right now I have 36 credit cards. So everything that I speak about on my channel is from personal experience. I don't read off the pamphlets on credit cards. I don't do speculations or rumors. Everything that you hear on my channel is from personal experience. I have 2 series going right now. Right now, I have an unfiltered 20 question with Sledge. You see in the background right now, right there. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have Tasha from the Major Change Group as for the second episode. And if you're used to watching different podcasts from different credit card creators, this is something totally different. They call me Mr. Do Your Research because when I interview somebody, I do a deep dive into their channel. I do a deep dive into everything. It's a intimate setting. We do not take questions from any other viewers. It's just 20 questions from me to them, and some are credit card related, and some are. And I also have another series going right now, which I'm trying to hook up with Rod so I can get Rod on. Me and Rod have been trying to get connected for the longest, and this is the very first time that we connected. But I have another credit card series called Find Out. And it's basically with this one this year, I did one last year, but this year is basically a background on different credit card creators, finding out who they watch and what are the plans for their channels. So basically, that's what I have going on right now. What you got for me, Rod?
Hey, well, first and foremost, put me down for that find out. Howard, what you just say, find out?
Find out, yes, sir.
Yeah, put me down, man. I didn't know, and I heard you in your live earlier saying you was gonna have some people. I'm like, man, I need to jump on there, but I was so busy trying to set up this live that I didn't really have time to sit and send another comment. But hey, I like what Kayla Mar said. They said they like that name, Mr. Do Your Research. And I can tell you, when you interview people, you have to do your research. You can go in there, come up with 5, 6 questions, ask the same questions that everyone else is asking. But it just, before you know it, people won't tap in, because when they come to your channel, it's like being at somebody else's channel and be like somebody else's channel. So it's cool when people do their research. And I'm glad to hear Sledge say that. And the young lady that he's going to have on the channel, Major Change Group, Tasha, her and I've interviewed her. Her and I have collaborated together 2 to 4 times. It was back in the day. It's been a long time since we collaborated. So I definitely need to reach back out to her. But don't want to do too much jibber jabbering, man, because I see people coming in and going out, and I hate I ever start promoting on other social media platforms, because if people don't see that, they're dependent on that. If they don't see that, then they don't depend on their notifications. But if you do have your notifications, you're subscribed to the channel, or if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that bell notification. You can hit the arrow to the right of subscribe. It's going to say personalized. Make sure you go ahead and put it on all. That way you don't miss out on future notifications. So, Sledge, the first question that I have, man, what's up, me tonight? The first question I have, now you say you've been on YouTube a little over a year and a half. You're already over 3,000 subscribers. So I don't have to ask, but what made you start a YouTube channel? Y'all, this isn't an interview. This is not scripted. Boy, you have no idea. I've done no preparation. So what made you start a YouTube channel, man?
You know what? I'm one of those people that just jump head first into things. But I was talking about starting this YouTube channel for so long. But as I said earlier, they call me Mr. Do Your Research. So what I was doing is I watched a lot of channels, man. If you know personally, before I started in YouTube, I was watching your channel. I'm watching several different channels because I take a little bit here from here, take a little bit here from there, and we all do it. You know, we all take a little bit from somewhere. And I wanted to get my own niche before I got into there. I like credit cards. I like personal finance, but I didn't want to have something that was so broad that could, my viewers wouldn't catch on to any, to some of it. So I wanted to narrow it down, and that's how I got into the credit card game. And by me having so many credit cards, I mean, I've gotten credit cards just for YouTube purposes, just for YouTube purposes. I'm a guy who bought a $50 iPhone SE because I'm not an iPhone guy, just to get the Apple card. because you know you need the iPhone in order to have a physical Apple Card. So
Right.
I'm that person, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I jumped into it.
Wow, man. And what I like is you keep it real. You're authentic. You can see that from the first minute that someone come to your channel and watch. And y'all, people trip. Because I got rid of a couple cars that had high annual fees. And I'm going to talk to Sledge about that here in a minute. But I had, let's just say 32 cards. And Sledge just said he has 36 credit cards, ladies and gentlemen, 36. And he wanted to develop his own niche. So that's why he got into YouTube. But as far as the points and miles game, quick question. I want to thank we got JR Hill, we got Meet and I. Why Loves to Motivate Fanny just came in the building. We got several real homies in the building. And again, I am being joined by SledgeIncTeam. This guy knows his ish. We've been trying to collab for months now. Even I think going back in the late last year, we've been trying to collab. And schedules and stuff kept popping up, but we're here tonight and we're gonna bring the heat. I'm telling y'all right now. So, as I always say, man, when it's just me by myself, bring your notebook, bring your pen, bring your pencils. More importantly, right now, bring your questions. You have 2 credit cards / points and miles guys at your disposal. A lot of people charge hundreds or thousands of dollars to get the information that we about to drop down. Hey, what's up, Ezekiel? What's going on, man? I used to work with this guy, Ezekiel John, in the building. You never know who's watching you. But hey, man, quick question, Sledge. How many American Express credit cards do you have?
At the current time, I have 11 American Express cards. I have 5 American Express credit cards and 3 charge cards. I've had, I want to say 19 Amex cards total. I think the max I've had at one time is 12. But I'm one of those kind of people. I like to press, the boundaries of things, because from my understanding, if you watch a lot of the credit card content creators, they say you can only have 5 American Express credit cards, not charge cards, but credit cards. Mm-hmm. Well, I have 8, right? Because I found out that if they have a limited time offer, you can actually usually get those cards, right? If they have a limited time sign up bonus, 9 times out of 10, no matter how many cards you already have, you can get those cards. And the thing about it is, you may not want to keep those cards, right? For me personally, I want to keep those cards, but if it's only for the sign up bonus, why not? I have a pre-approval for the Blue Business Cash. And because of the pre-approval, I'm pretty much already approved. So that'll be 9 American Express credit cards on top of the 3 charge cards I have. I just let go of the American Express Gold card, which I never thought I would get rid of that card. It was actually my most used card. But what happened was they gave me an upgrade offer to get 75,000 membership reward points if I upgraded to a platinum. The thing was, I had 2 platinums at the time. Mm-hmm. So I upgraded to that card, but I'm gonna tell you a little trick here. If you have an upgrade offer at the end of the year and you upgrade that card, when it's time for you, they're gonna prorate the card, right? They're gonna prorate the annual fee, which is gonna be little or nothing, because at the end of the year, maybe $10, $20. They're gonna prorate the annual fee. When the actual annual fee hits, you can downgrade the card. So if you upgrade to the American Express Platinum card, you can take advantage of every one of those benefits: the fine hotels and resorts credit, the Saks Fifth Avenue credit, the airline credit. You can take all of those credits and then downgrade before the annual fee hits again, and never pay the annual fee. And you can do that every single year.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, this guy know the tricks of the trade. He knows some stuff that I know, and he knows he know and do some stuff that I just don't take the time to do, because it's like a lot of times people think something's tedious, but then when you see the benefit of it, you like, whoa, man, hey, that is That's a good idea. You hear you talking about, annual fees can get as, especially when you're talking about the charge cards, their minimum on the green card is what, 150, then you got 250 for the gold, 375 for the business gold, 695 for the platinum. So it's bananas. Now, I only have 5 American Express credit cards, but I have a total of 9 American Express cards when I put my charge cards in the mix. So Sledge just told everybody, how you can do it. And if you want to revert back and later on and catch the replay and pause it, if that's something you're into. But Sledge, quick question, man. What about these people? And I know I was one of them. You may have been one of them. I'm not sure. But what about these people that see the 2 words American Express and then they add their own 2 words, I can't, meaning I can't never get one of those, so I'm not going to even mess with it. What's your advice to those people, man?
Man, American Express, just like every other credit card company. I was the same way. I didn't want to apply for one until I applied for one. But I don't know how you did it, Rod, but I came in because I didn't know if I can get approved. I came in with the American Express Everyday card, which is probably one of the easiest cards to get. But I just wanted to do that to get into the ecosystem. Now, if you're familiar with American Express wants you to spend on their cards.
Right.
They want you to spend on their cards. If you don't spend on their cards, when you go to apply for another card, they might put you in what they call American Express pop-up jail, meaning that you can apply for that card, but you won't get the sign-up bonus. I've never been in pop-up jail because I prioritize my American Express cards. But my 2 first American Express cards were both no annual fee cards. The American Express Everyday and then the Hilton Honors card. And anybody who if you stay at hotels, you travel a little bit, the Hilton Honors card is an excellent card, man. It is an excellent card. You can earn a lot of Hilton points very fast with any other Hilton cards, but that card has no annual fee. And you're talking to a person who's had every single Hilton card. I've had all 3 personal cards, and I currently have the Hilton business card and their top card, the Hilton Aspire card, which automatically gives you Hilton Diamond status. And that's why I wanted that card, because for the life of me, I could not spend my way to Diamond status as hard as I tried. Every year, I would think I would go get Diamond status, and I just wouldn't get it. But I had no idea about the Aspire card. I got that Aspire card. At the time, the annual fee was $450. And $450 may sound steep for a credit card, but it gives you Hilton Diamond status. That card gives you $400 in Hilton credits. It gives you a $250 airline credit. To me, it's the best airline, the best hotel card there is.
And that was going to be one of the questions, but I think you just answered it. Which hotel program do you prefer? And I'm assuming it's Hilton, since you rock with all the Hilton cards. And I've tried to get Hilton Diamond via spin, and it is hard. But one thing that stopped me, and I was very close to pulling the trigger because I have the Surpass card, and I was very close to upgrading to the Aspire card. But that $450 annual fee, and then I looked at the spend on it. Now, I thought like the average person. I didn't think like a points and miles guy. Hey, I'm going to get Diamond status. I'm going to get this perk, that perk. All I saw was 7 times the points at restaurants. Well, I'm getting 6 times the points at gas, 6 times the points at grocery, 6 times the points at restaurant. I felt like I was giving up 2 categories. So I was like, no, man, I'm good. But then I'm telling you, man, now Sledge, is it just me? Or when you walk into, say, Hilton or a hotel, you got elite status, don't they just treat you different, man?
They treat you different, man.
You can go in there with some flip-flops and some shorts and your hair all over your head and not even combed. I ain't talking about style. I'm talking about not even combed. And they just treat you like royalty. Am I lying, Sledge?
Man, look, people don't understand because I can't count the times I've been behind somebody in a line because I never ever get a digital key. And the reason I never get the digital key is I want to go to that front desk because I want to personally ask for an upgrade if they haven't already given it to me. In the last 2 years, there has not been one time, not one time, that I haven't been upgraded to in some form or fashion at a hotel, right? But you can't get upgraded if you don't ask, right?
That's my first question. As soon as they say, "Hey, what's your name?" and here go my ID. Hey, y'all have any upgrades available? Because
Don't have any
once
upgrades
once
available.
they pull up your name, they're gonna see that you have such and such status.
Yes,
And
sir.
and I'm telling you, man. And when we say upgrades, typically when you book a room with points, you're gonna get a standard room, a king, double bed, two queens, whatever. But then upgrade could be I've had different views. I've had a higher floor, which I don't care about that. I don't care about no view half the time. But then when they upgrade me to say executive king or junior suite, now I feel like I'm rolling with Rush, man. But like Sledge say, he don't remember the last time he didn't get an upgrade. So, which was speaking of which, what was the last credit card you got, man? I'm just curious.
The last one, well, actually, the last one was an upgrade. I originally had the Delta Gold card, and I downgraded that card to the Delta Blue because I just didn't want to pay the $99 annual fee again for it. Mm-hmm. But I just recently upgraded that card to the Delta Platinum. So I wanted a companion certificate. I always planned on getting the Delta Platinum, and a smart person would just apply for it. You wouldn't upgrade. I don't even recommend anybody upgrading. But I got a good upgrade offer. Already had, like as I said, 8 American Express credit cards. So I don't know what my chances were applying for another one. So in my mind, the best option was to upgrade. But the reason that I upgraded was because of the companion certificate. With the Delta Platinum card, you get a annual companion certificate, and on top of that, now you get $150 in Delta State credit, which is just it's pretty much like Expedia or any other type of third party hotel. You just book it through Delta State, and you get $150 credit. You can get a decent room for $150. On top of that, you get $10 in Resy. If you don't know what Resy is it's a restaurant app, kind of like Open Table and those type of things. But you get a $10 credit every month. What a lot of people don't know is you can take that credit and buy gift cards to the same restaurant and keep stacking them, right? So my plan is to stack at the same restaurant to the end of the year, get my $90, and then go to that restaurant. So that'll be $90 off our meal like that. We got Chad Money Minutes in the building.
Yeah, man, I just saw him, and Chad. I mean, it's up to you. I'm just gonna offer. I ain't asking. If you want to join us, man, all you do is say yes, why, whatever, and I'll drop the link. You can come on up here. This was not scheduled, y'all. I was in Sledge's live stream, just showing support, getting some knowledge, because you can never know or learn too much. And then he said, "Rob, when you going live again, man?" I know what that means. I don't think he just wanted to come on there and watch me because we've been talking about collab. And I was like, "Hey, I can go tonight." And that's so. But I like this comment, and that means a lot, man. Here we go, 2 of the heaviest hitters. And the crazy part is I don't even consider myself a heavy hitter. And I don't know about Sledge, but when you have another content creator that talk about the same thing, and we're talking about Chad's Money Minutes, talk about points, miles, credit cards as well. He knows the game. It really means a lot when okay, hey Chad, no worries, man. I just want to extend the offer. It means a lot when it comes from a peer. So I want to just appreciate him for saying that. And Sledge, you have anything for Chad or?
Yeah. Well, Chad, first of all, Chad is my guy. We got a small little team that we're building over here because just to be 100, we'll just be 100. It's not a lot of creators that look like us. So I like to do content with you know saying other creators that look like us, you know what I'm saying, that you know, we have different thought processes. We can put things together, and Chad's part of that team. You know, in my opinion, Chad's OG in this game because Chad was doing this before I was. I was one of Chad's first subscribers. You know, I was one of Chad's first subscribers. Chad was one of my first subscribers, and it says a lot when a year and a half later we still subscribe to both of our channels. You know, not only are we subscribed because anybody can be subscribed, but we still both watch our channels. We communicate with each other. So, and being right here on Point Blank Travel, I want to extend the same thing to you, brother. I want to extend the same thing to you because, like I said, we got a little squad we building, and we want to take this thing to a whole nother level.
Hey man, well, see, you got me over here stuttering, bro. Invitation accepted, man. Now I'm gonna be on Sledge's Just So You Know show, whatever it's called.
Find out. You're gonna be on there. You're gonna be on Find Out
show.
and you're gonna be on
be part of this elite group. And you're right, man. And let's call a spade a spade. You don't see a lot of people that look like us. You don't see a lot of, you may see other ethnic groups, but you don't see a lot of African Americans. Matter of fact, when I first started, I can name them. You had How to Build Credit TV, which was my boy Dwayne. He took me on this wing. You had Travel Explorer Click. He done went into the political world, political content creating. Now he don't even do credit cards anymore. And you had the Credit Card Maestro, and that was it. And all those guys, I have their numbers in my phone. These are three people that I watched and studied and learned what I know now. And next thing I know, once I fumbled and stumbled and jacked up a couple of videos and got myself together, now I'm cool with them. So yeah, man, it's always a pleasure to be part of a team of like-minded individuals that's trying to do bigger things. Now, quick question, man. I know you had a Delta card and you had a Hilton cards. Which do you prefer, airline or hotel cards?
I gotta go with the hotel, man. You know, I gotta go with the hotel on the strength of. Don't get me wrong, the airline cards, because I have the Delta cards and I also have American Airlines card. They're good for those free check bags and for anybody that's cool with getting priority boarding. For myself, I don't put a lot of value in priority boarding. And the reason for that is I'm one of those people who I probably don't board to the last minute anyway. You know, I'm going to stay in the airport lounge as long as I feel like it, right? I'm going to get to the gate whenever I get to it. And we take off in that airplane at the same time, regardless of when you board it. Yeah. When I come home with a carry-on, more than likely it's a book bag. I'm going to tuck it up under the seat in front of me. I don't care about when I can get it over the overhead compartment. So I don't put a lot of value in that. But hotel, man, if you can get a nice suite or you can get a nice room, man, it's nothing like that. You're going to spend way more time at that hotel than you are going to be in that plane. You're in that plane on the way there and the way back.
And you know, I could tell y'all, man, if you want to get some crazy looks, now I don't priority check-in, it helped me once. I had American Gold status for 4 months. It helped me once. But priority boarding, I liked it. Like my last flight, I was flying back from Phoenix, and I'm a last minute dude, man. I used to get there a little earlier so I can go to the lounges and all that, but then I got over that. But I got to the line, and the line was long. I went up to the counter. I said, hey, I'm priority group 5, and y'all got like 9 up there right now. Is anybody can go ahead? Well, she said, yeah, sure, sir. Just got to go into that little old thing they have. I said, all right. People looking at me like I'm crazy, like, and I had my shades on, like, who is this guy? But then I think they started thinking I was some type of professional athlete or something, because then nobody said anything. But because you usually hear, hey, you got to wait like us, guy. What are you doing? You know, and all that good stuff. So, but I didn't hear anything, man. Now, have you experienced anything like that, Sledge, where people look like you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing, whether you're at a hotel or airline?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, just being in first class on the airline. You know, getting on that airline and you not only are you first class, you in the very first seat, right? You in the very first seat on the plane. Man, you gotta look at the look that you get when you cut on there. They're like, this dude with the, you know, and the scarf on his head and the chains and yeah.
Hey, Sliz, I used to fly in business attire, especially if I was flying first class, man. I had me a baby blue shirt on, you know, no tie. May have a
Right.
sport shirt on, some of them that new blue. You know, they used to just have navy blue. Now they got these new blues. Had them new blue slacks, some old brown shoes, brown belt. Be up in first class. Didn't nobody talk to me.
Nobody thought.
But then when I started wearing sweats and baseball caps, everybody want to know. First question out their mouth. Well, they'll introduce themselves. Hey, my name is Bill, and you are on Rod, man. So, Rod, what do you do? No, you know, you fly, usually you flying business or pleasure? Pleasure and business. How you doing both? Like, man, you sure got a lot of questions. This was my last flight. And for Miami, I had the same type of question. So, what do you do for a living? Nothing. I'm a YouTuber. And I have my little YouTube shit on. Oh, really? What's your channel? I say, man, if you ain't gonna watch it, I don't even want to go through all that. But if you're gonna watch it, here you go. And so he got ready to type. He went in on you guys. No, bro, we ain't got time for all that, man. He said, what do you mean? We got a 4-hour, 2.5-hour flight. I said, I still ain't got time for all that because I'm about to chill, order me a cocktail and chill. I pulled up my QR code. I said, just snap that, bro, to take you straight to me. He said, wow, this is really you. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it's really me. I didn't was just saying that. So it's crazy. Now, speaking of that, have you had anybody recognize you yet when you be traveling as a YouTuber?
I never had nobody recognize me, but I want to piggyback on what you just said. I did have I had a lady ask me what I did when I was sitting in first class, you know. But I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. At the time, I had quit my job. I wasn't doing anything. like I wasn't doing anything at all. And when I told her that, she looking like, I'm like, yeah, at this current time, I'm living off my savings. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a job at all because to let the audience know about my story a little bit. I used to manage a grocery store for 23 years. And one day I walked into the grocery store and I had a supervisor there that wasn't my supervisor, but she was a supervisor. And anybody who's worked a job, any type of job, you know, sometimes you're just not in the mood for what, you know what I'm saying, what they're talking about. And this particular day, I just wasn't in the mood for it. So, like I say, I ran the grocery store. I used to bring my headphones in every time I came to work. So I went to the back, I got my headphones, put my headphones around my neck, came back to that same office, took my keys off, put them by the keyboard, picked up the phone, called my district manager and told him, hey man, this is my last day. And that was the last time I worked in that job, and I took off work for almost a year. Yeah, somewhere around a year. But yeah, I started doing YouTube at the time, but barely doing YouTube. But I needed time for myself. And honestly, it was the best time I've ever had in my entire life. I spent the time with my family. I traveled. You know what I'm saying? We don't even understand how much time we spend working, you know what I'm saying, living to work instead of working to live. You know what I'm saying? And I promised myself I would never do that again. You know, my job would never it never was the most important thing to me, but sometimes we treat it as so, you know what I'm saying? Because we know that we need that money, but the job is never the most important thing to you. And I tell every young person that I encounter, don't never make your job that important that you forget everything else.
Facts, bro. Facts. And we're talking about first class. We're talking about elite status, but I want to shift gears a little bit, man. Sledge, do you remember the first credit card you got? Not the first travel or points in mile, but just the first one.
Man, listen, your boy, I went through a whole little thing where I got credit cards, screwed them up, built my credit back, got credit cards again, screwed them up, and then got credit cards again, and I am who I am today. But my very first credit card that I ever got was actually a Dillard store card. Yeah, I came in there. I used to go in there. I used to go in Dillard's. I bought a lot of Ralph Lauren and things like that when I was younger. The clerk told me on getting 10% off or something if I got the card. I got a proof of that card, and I went nuts on cards. You know what I'm saying? I went nuts on getting store cards. I had cards I didn't even Sears cards and Best Buy cards and Target cards and every card I can get my hand on. The first major credit card that I got was a Discover card, but it wasn't the Discover card that we see today. It wasn't Discover it. It was just Discover. It was that black card with the orange writing, you know. And then I got HSBC, which I think was bought out by Capital One in America. I think they're still around, but they was bought out by Capital One in America. And yeah, I got them things, and you know what I'm saying, I did what a typical person who uneducated on credit cards did. I used them as basically as extra income, ran them up. You know what I mean? The freaking interest got too much for me to bear, and I stopped paying them. You know, that's basically what happened. You know,
that's the typical story. Now, how do you feel about store cars now? The Sledge of today. How do you feel about?
I wouldn't get one. Like I mean, to me, there's just no advantage to having a store card.
And that's what I always said, but people look at me like I'm crazy.
No advantage.
I'm glad you said that, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just glad.
You know what? Because you can get a credit card from a major bank that you can use outside of that store, get the same benefits from it, but you can get those benefits on a variety of things that's outside of that store. Like, say for instance, Target. Target gets you 5%. The Target card gets you 5% off at Target, which is great. You're not going to find any credit card that's going to get you 5% off at Target. But I would tell you this. If you get a Target debit card, which isn't even attached to a bank, you attach it to your bank, you'll still get 5% off at Target without taking a hard inquiry on your credit to get the credit card. It just doesn't make sense to get store cards.
I agree. Hold up, man. I got to acknowledge this because last night it took me about 20 minutes to acknowledge this. Let me go over here real quick. Actually, let me go over
Carnival
here.
Cruise.
Yeah, Carnival Cruise and came through, man. And I got to thank them. And it says super sticker. And on StreamYard, you can't see the sticker. But I do got to show them some love. And I want to take the time to thank them for that $5. What? Super chat. That $5 super chat, baby. And then thanks to Meet and I, we got some added stuff here, man. And I want to make sure I don't jack this up. Thank you so much, Carnival Cruise Addict. Oh, yeah, man. We ain't playing over here. You drop some money on the floor over here, I'm going to show you some mad love. Now, I used to just do the super chat, and people used to super chat me just to hear the super chat. I was going to do a remix, and now Anwar did that little video for me from Me Tonight, and boy, man, so I really thank you. I appreciate it. Every dollar does go back into the channel. So what Sledge was just saying with these store credit cards, let's just say you have a Best Buy card. You can earn Best Buy points, but you can only spend them at Best Buy. Now, me, myself, and I would get anywhere from a Discover It card or a Blue Business Plus card. If I had a small business, if I was a content creator, I would get a American Express Blue Cash every day. Even though I'm not a fan of American Express cashback cards because you only get statement credits, I prefer the double cash from Citi, the custom cash from Citi, and some of those where I can, redeem the money or the cash back and put it where I want to put it. But let's just say I have a Best Buy card. I can only redeem at Best Buy. But if I have a cash back credit card from a bank like a Chase Freedom Flex or American Express or whatever, all the ones I just named, Discover, I could take that cash back and go to 5 different stores. I'm not just limited to Best Buy. And I could also go in Best Buy and get a TV, whatever I wanted. So the people out there that if you got good enough credit to get multiple store cards, you got good enough credit to get you a credit card. Where, you know, a lot of people, you hear a lot of people right now, and I'm gonna ask Sledge, of course, you hear a lot of people right now say, I don't travel, I can't afford to travel. It's too expensive to travel. Tickets cost so much, then you got to get a hotel room. Let's say you don't fly, gas $5 a gallon. Makes you a question, Sledge. When was the last time you paid for a trip out of your pocket?
Oh man. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't mind paying for some trips because I know that I'm going to use the right card that's going to give me points to get the next trip free or close to free. But I don't pay for trips fairly often. If you use your credit card like you would use a debit card and just spend that money on those credit cards, you'll earn enough points based, first of all, off of sign-up bonuses. And then second of all, off your regular ordinary spend, not any extra spend, not trying to put yourself in debt spending, but your regular ordinary spend, whether it's your putting your bills on the credit card that you know you got to pay anyway. You know, if you put in your cable bill, your streaming services, anything that you could possibly put on a credit card. I wish I could put my card on the credit card. That would just put me over the top. But those things make it so that people like myself and Rod can travel for free. We have adopted the concept of just putting everything on credit cards, earning those credit card points like everybody else has been doing in the past that we weren't doing. You know, I think about all the money that I spent, you know, on my debit card, and I wasn't earning anything. I wasn't earning anything. I go in the store, I spend with my debit card, I spent the money and go on my merry way. But if I'd have put that same spend on a credit card, even if I got 2 cents for that purchase, I got 2 cents. I didn't get zero. You know, so yeah, it's not very often that I pay for any type of trips anywhere.
You know, and I tell people in my live streams, when you do have if all you use is your debit card, if that's all you're comfortable with, hey, my hat's off to you. But if no, you're gonna get some, you're gonna get a receipt. That's it.
Right. That's it.
You know, you're gonna get a receipt. Now, I'll tell you one of the best feelings that I get once I thank God for waking me up in the morning is whenever, or in the afternoon, whenever I wake up, I typically go through my admin. I'll go through my social media, respond to comments. And then in social media, it never fails, especially in Instagram. You got the advertisers, you got people, you got the travel agents talking about a certain location. And I ain't talking about like San Diego, Phoenix, and all that good stuff. I'm talking about like Barbados. I saw Barbados today. And the other day I saw Santos Domingo, Dominican. And you know what I did? The first thing I do is I go to all of my little credit cards and say, okay, well, can I get a Hilton for a good price here? Can I get a Hyatt for a good price? Can I get a Marriott? And back in the day, if I saw these different advertisements or people posting it, I was going to scroll up because I couldn't go. Hell, I was barely getting in the Days Inn. I damn sure wasn't about to go to the resort over here in Punta Cana or wherever that's Dominican. And then, I mean, now it's so bad, I can't decide where the hell to go. Cause I got all these little choices, and guess what? I'm gonna be just like the average brother. I got so many choices. I end up going nowhere. So yeah, please y'all hit that like button. And also, if you're just coming in or you've been in here for a little while, if you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's the black button down below. It's a bell next to it. Hit the notification bell, select all. Now, if you've been rocking with me for a while, but you ain't took that leap yet, that leap of joining the PBT family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. It is free. It's free 99. Don't cost you a penny, man. Just like these trips we taking, don't cost nothing. So, Sledge, man, and y'all, we're not gonna be on here long because Sledge does have a family, and I barely got through this. Now, let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on Capital One?
Man, it depends on what avenue you coming with through Capital One. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my boy Anthony Venture. I seen him in the chat. Anthony gave me my very first interview on YouTube. So I always got respect for that brother. I did see him in the chat. But the one thing that I think about Capital One is Capital One helped me get back in the game. You know, I said earlier about me messing up my credit and everything. I applied for the Capital One Platinum card, and then I applied for the Capital One Quick Silver card. Those cards got me back in the game. Now, do I use those cards anymore? It took me 10 years to be able to product change my Quick Silver to the Capital One Venture, not the Venture X, but the regular Venture. I don't really use those cards, but Capital One will help you get back in the game. I had a Capital One Saver One card, which is an excellent card. It's a no annual fee card that gives you 3 points per dollar on grocery and restaurants, on entertainment, and all kind of things like that. So yeah, but overall, Capital One, a lot of people like a Venture X. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I'm afraid to apply for it. I'm afraid to apply for the Venture X.
I don't like it in your feet, Sledge. It's what, $3.95, and I didn't at the time. I didn't think I liked the transfer partners. Then I found out that place that I saw in Barbados was part of Wyndham, and Wyndham is a transfer partner with Capital One. And I was like, man, maybe I should have got here. Thanks for the 16 real homies that are in the building. And Anthony, I didn't know Anthony was in here. I was trying to get to his comment, but we were talking. He said the worst question for Sledge. Now, I will tell you, going back, piggybacking off Sledge, a lot of people used to. You don't really hear it now because they advertising the hell out of this Venture X card, and they're advertising the Quick Silver one. They're smart. They're advertising their top card and their second tier card after the platinum card. But a lot of people used to have bad things to say about Capital One. That's why I asked the question. Capital One got me my start too. It was that same platinum card. Your boy got a $500 limit. My credit limit today is $750, and I don't use the card. I may make a purchase only once a year. It might not even work anymore because I don't remember the last time I used it. But the point I'm trying to make is get a uniform. You can't get in the game without a uniform. And I look at the Capital One Platinum, the Capital One Quick, not necessarily Quick Silver, depending on your credit, is getting a uniform and then getting in the game. Then you move over to the American Expresses, the Chases, the Cities, the bigger banks. Now, speaking of Capital One and getting in the game, Sledge, I had a question for you. I think I just forgot it that quick. Now, once you got your Capital One, you got your Capital One Platinum, then you got the Quick Silver, and then you upgraded to the Venture. Which credit card issuer did you move to next?
Well, keep in mind, it took me 10 years to get that Venture. But yeah, after that, I got the other one and this is the one I recommend to everybody. Discover. I got that Discover card, and like I say, back in those days, I screwed that up. And Discover will give you another chance, just like Capital One to give you another chance. Discover gave me another chance, and I'll never screw up with Discover again. Like I won't. Like the version of Discover now with the 100% cash back match in the first year, man, that's unimaginable for any other credit card issuer. You're talking about they give you 5% on so many categories in going throughout the history of the card. But in that first year, it's essentially 10% cash back because they match it 100%. Nobody else does that, man. That's to me, I recommend that as everyone's first card that they get. My kids, that's their first card they ever get. So yeah,
you're so right. You're right, Sledge. Like I messed up that first year because I had the fever, man. I started getting all types of credit cards, American Express. Then I was getting this, that, and the third. So I had so many different ones to use. I really wasn't using the Discover as much as I should have, and I did not maximize that opportunity. And it's haunted me ever since. You know, I haven't thought about it in a while, but now that you mentioned it, you know, I'm thinking about it. But like I like what Fanny said. Capital One will take care of you. And Game Master, my main man, came in. Appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Anthony said, and Anthony, do me a favor. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Capital One gave us all our first shot, I think. Always got a respect for that. Yeah.
So,
Capital One, man. But I like what Sledge just said. A lot of people, it got to the point where I ain't gonna say everybody, a lot of people started to think they only had that route of Capital One to take. I remember when Discover was pretty hard to get. And I think Sledge talking about when that old black Discover with the orange writing, it was no it at the end of it. It was kind of tough to get, but now they got a little tool. You can see if you're pre-approved before you even apply. They'll do a soft pull on your credit. And even if you can't get that, you can get the security card. Speaking of which, what are your thoughts on security cards, Sled?
you know what? If you don't have another way in, I wish I had thought about that when I was trying to get back in the credit, because what I did was I just kind of waited it out. I just waited out because I had screwed up my credit so much that I didn't want to touch credit cards. But at this point, thinking about it now, I would have went the secured credit card route. Discover has an excellent secured card that graduates you to the regular Discover card in your 7th month. Same thing with Navy Federal. If you can get into Navy Federal, same thing. You get 6 months with that secure card, and they graduate you to the what they call the N Rewards card. I believe that card gets like 1% cash back. I'm not really sure. I don't have it, but it graduates you to that card. So yeah, I think that's the best route to take, especially if you're just trying to get in. If you had any type of delinquencies, you might have had bankruptcies. You might have had something that messed up credit. You might have been like me and just ran them up, because that's what I did essentially. I just ran my credit cards up, and I just couldn't at that point. I just didn't want to pay the interest on them. But yeah, secure card is to me is definitely the way to go. But I want to touch back one thing on Discover that a lot of people don't know, and I found this out from another content creator is, you can get that 100%. You said you missed out on that 100% cash back. You didn't take full advantage of it. You can get another Discover It card, the same one. They allow you 2 of them, and you can do it all over again and get that 100% match one more time.
I thought about that. And like lately, my cashback card of choice, and I don't know if you have this one or not, is that City Custom Cash. I don't have no rotating categories. I forgot the total number. I want to say it's between 10 and 12 categories. It's wherever you spend the most money. Like I got US Bank every month. Now I got US Bank 5% cash back on utilities. But if I want it to be gas, I got to go go online actually and change it over to gas and all this other stuff. Custom Cash, if you only wanted to have one credit card and you have good credit, and I didn't say excellent or great, but you have challenge credit, then good, you move up to good credit, then you get excellent, then you get, you be in that 800 world, 750, 780 or whatever. But if you have good credit, that City Custom Cash, I like it because you could have that one card and it's going to calculate where you spent the most money. It's going to give you 5% in that category. So, and I use mine, it's like the backup quarterback. So if I'm getting 5% cash back at grocery stores on the Freedom Flex and 5% cash back at restaurants on the Discover It, then I'm going to use that custom cash card pretty much for that whole quarter at gas stations. So now I got the trifecta. I'm 5% all over the place, man. So definitely that City Custom Cash, I can't speak highly enough about that. I do want to read this real quick. The Game Master says, I was late to the Cap One game opening for the business. Didn't realize it was will report to the personal credit line too. Yes, Capital One. Matter of fact, when you apply for the card, they're gonna pull both all 3 bureaus. They ain't gonna just do like most people do. They're gonna pull one depending on what state you live in, but they're gonna pull all 3 bureaus. And yes, their business cards do report to the personal credit. And Chad, this is another testimony. It ain't just Sledge and I saying this again. We didn't script this. We didn't even know Chad was gonna be here. Cap One was my first, and right after that, I got the same black Discover card with the orange writing. Laugh out loud. He's laughing because it's if you watch content creators, and I tell people all the time, don't just watch Rod, My mentor in the game was Dwayne from How to Build Credit TV. And every time I went in his life, he always say, hey, Raj talks about points and miles, check him out because he may give a different perspective than I do. It's the same with Sledge. Sledge strategy may not be Rod's strategy. Rod's strategy may not be Chad's strategy. Chad's strategy may not be Sebi's strategy. But I guarantee you, I don't remember the last time I played for a flight. I want to say it was 2016 or paid for a trip. Sledge don't remember Chad. Chad going all over to Greece and Istanbul, and he international. He on a whole different level. I went on a cruise that got me to the Bahamas, but man, I'm telling you, watch these people. All of this is free. While you're flicking through Instagram or you're watching Netflix and you're looking at the love story of Bobby and Susie, and you already got a love story, go over here and go to YouTube and maybe watch some of this stuff instead of saying I can't, say I can. I'm hearing these dudes that say they jacked their credit. I was a 547. I waited 7 years. Next thing I know, I got an American Airlines card and I was on my way, baby. If I could do it, anybody can do it. I can't speak for Sledge or anybody else, but just listen to his story. It's pretty much the same story. So just think about that, man. Hey, what do you think about these Wells Fargo credit cards, Sledge?
I'm not sold on them, really. I mean, the autograph, I'll look at it like this. The autograph journey card is good for, in my opinion, the sign-up bonus. But I think that if you're gonna go into Wells Fargo, you might as well get the regular autograph card. You know, get the autograph journey for the sign-up bonus, downgrade it back to the regular autograph card with no annual fee. It just makes more sense to me. You know, with Wells Fargo, I mean, I think the big mistake that they made, because people like us that's in the credit card game, their transfer partners are more international transfer partners. So people that's more savvy, we know that we can take those points from those international transfer partners and then use them for domestic flights, right? You can use there's a Virgin Airlines, British Airways with American Airlines. We know this. Most people don't know this. You know, the majority of people are not going to know that. So I think that was a huge mistake by them. And then their only hotel partner is Choice. And I'm not knocking Choice, but that's one hotel partner. That's one hotel partner, and every single one of your airline partners is international. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on Wells Fargo and what they were doing. They made a big deal out of it, and then they came with this. So yeah, I'm not really sold on.
And to have international flight partners, that don't make sense. At least have one domestic.
At least one.
You get a certain portion of the country, and like you say, not knocking Choice. But what's my favorite word? Options, baby. I like to have options. I may go to a city. Hell, all the Choice hotels might be booked.
Right.
If I only have Wells Fargo, I'm out of options. But if I have American Express, I have IHG. No, that's Chase. I have IHG. I have Marriott. I have Hyatt. I have 3 hotel chains I could choose from. So you want to set yourself up, man. And I'll tell you right now. And this here, I don't drop no damn gems. I don't drop no nuggets. If this is your first time here, I drop boulders, baby. And this is the first boulder of the night. Before you apply for your next credit card, you can listen to Rod. You can listen to Sledge. You can listen to Charlie Brown. You can listen to the Smurfs. I don't care who you listen to. But after you listen to all these people, have your own personal strategy on why you going to apply for the card you apply for. Don't go get it because Rod got it. Don't go get it because Sledge got it. Matter of fact, I tell you, and thank God this dude talked me out of it. I was going to cancel my American Everyday Preferred, and I was going to get the Delta Go. And the agent talked me out of it, whatever he called it, customer rep or whatever he was. He said, why are you doing that? Because you basically have a Delta credit card with the American Express Everyday Preferred because you can transfer the points to Delta. I still kind of wish I would have got it because they get 15% off when you book with points now. So I wish I would have got it. But so he helped me, but then he kind of jacked me up at the same time. But It don't make sense for me to have a Delta card because I live in an American Airlines hub city in Dallas, Fort Worth. Now I could fly Delta. They got Delta planes and flights leaving DFW every day, all day. But then I got to go to Atlanta. I got to go to Minneapolis. I got to go to Salt Lake City. I got to go all over the damn country just to get to California. But if I fly American, it's a 3-hour flight. So it doesn't make sense. I'm sure Sledge probably lived to a Delta hub. So, or if you know you are I don't know, hometown suites type of person, why go get a Hilton credit card if you don't even like Hilton? You don't even like the crowds. You don't like 15 floors. You're scared of heights. Get what works for you. That's all I want to say. And I don't want to drag it out, but get what worked for you. Hey, Credit Mentor, my man, he been rocking with me since I first started this channel. Mr. Mentor Credit Jams, he's in the building. But I do want to pull this up because he said, glad to see you still at it. And me and I said, Rob been dropping heat all week. 3 different channels, baby. I just dropped a video today on the investing channel, Investing with Rod. I did a live stream last night with Carnival Cruise Addicts, interviewing the Points Bank Experience. Here I am tonight with Sledge. Hey, man, it don't stop, dog. That's why I made that little something on Instagram. I don't sleep, baby. I sleep a little bit, but not too much because there's always something to learn. But anyway, back to Sledge. So Sledge, I agree. I didn't like the Wells Fargo scandal. I ain't like that. That's one of the reasons I know. I ain't even get to the transfer partners. Now, do you have any Chase cards, Sledge?
Man, I'm so far above 524. Chase won't mess with me. I have 2 Chase cards. I have the ISG business card and I have the Amazon Prime card. I'll probably go dibble and dabble and press my luck on the ink cards. I'm not really into the CSP and the CSR. The Sapphire Reserve would be a better card for me if the sign-up bonus was better. You know, I see a lot of people in the game. If the American Express, say for instance, the American Express Platinum card has a sign-up bonus of 150,000 membership reward points, people would complain and say, why isn't it 175,000? But those same people will not say the same thing about the Chase Sapphire Reserve that has a 60,000, UR point sign-up bonus. You know what I mean? Like, that card has to have a better sign-up bonus for me to really want to go after it. As a premium, we're talking about a premium credit card. You're talking about 60,000 points, and I don't care about that. If you use it on the Chase Travel Portal, you get 1.5 times the points. It's still 60,000. You know what I'm saying? 60,000 points on a sign-up bonus. So I'm not sold on a lot of Chase cards like a lot of people are, but the business card, on the business side of things, I can go after them. And like I said before earlier in the video, a lot of times, if it's a limited time sign-up bonus, you can still beat that 524 rule. When I got the ING Premier business card, I was 1324, and they still approved me for it because when they're having those limited time bonuses, they're trying to push those cards, But I tried it again with the United business card. What happened was I was 1824, and they were like, "Nah, bro, we ain't letting this one rock." And the customer service agent came out and said it. He like, "Man, you got 18 cards in the last 24 months, so we can't let that one go." But it is what it is. I'll roll back around and get the Chase Ink business card when I get a chance. But the personal cards, I'm not that sold on.
I don't have any business cards from Chase. I do have the 4 personal cards. I had a Hyatt, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Freedom Flex, and Freedom Unlimited. And what Sledge is talking about when he said 524, 824, 1324, if you've been approved for 5 credit cards in a 24-month period, Chase typically will not approve you. There are ways around it. Sledge is talking about the business card route. I got around it. I went to the bank, to the branch, shot the breeze with the guy who was doing the application. Manager came over And I was talking to this guy about all these points. Manager overheard me. He said, man, you want a job? I said, the only way, and at the time I was working. I said, the only way I work here, man, you got to give me my own little area, not just a little offer, but I want my own area, and I need some neon lights that said Rod. And then I come work for y'all, man. And he said, because all these stuff you talking about points and stuff, I work here and I've never heard of this stuff. And you use these points to fly first class. Like, yeah, man, you should try it. And I said, you got my number, man. It's on my account. If you have any questions, just give me a call. Man, that dude was so happy. So it's amazing when you have a little bit of knowledge about this craft, how many people or what opportunity or what doors it can open for you. So I like what Sledge said, you know, his business cards, the personal cards, he's not too big on. And y'all, I'm at my hour. I try not to do over an hour and 15 minutes. And I know, again, this was a last minute thing. So right now, Sledge, what do you think is the best credit card out right now? Just one, the best one.
See, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I can't really tell you because everybody's situation is different. The best credit card out right now for me is the American Express Platinum card because I get so much out of that card. But I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I don't think it's the best American Express card for most people. I think the American Express Green card is the best travel card for most people. But for me personally, the American Express Platinum card is the best card because I get so much value out of it. I think the best benefit out of any card possible for me is American Express Fine Hotels and Resorts because I get so much value out of that credit that it's just the best. It's just the best for me. But I would never sit in front of a camera and tell anybody what is the best credit card for them because everybody's situation is different. Like Rod said earlier, you know, you got to do the research on your own thing. Like you have to look at what fits your lifestyle. So a lot of the cards that I think might be good, somebody else might not. My second, I won't even say my second. My one is American Express Platinum card. My two is the American Express Hilton Aspire card. That's my second favorite card. You get that card. As soon as you get that card, you have diamond status. As soon as you get that card, and you get a Hilton free night certificate. I just don't think you can beat that. And not only that, unlike any other hotel credit card, that free night certificate is uncapped, meaning that if that hotel has availability, it does not matter what the cost of that room is. If it's a standard room at the Waldorf Astoria, the Conrad, the LXR, any Hilton top brand, any Hilton bottom brand, if you want to use that certificate there, you can. And I don't think no other credit card tops that as far as hotel credit cards.
Yeah, no other loyalty program. Their cards, they're not doing that. I'm gonna have to put my avatar up too because I see my little battery flashing. So I'm actually the next question, then that'll give me a chance to put my avatar up. But you're right, man. I know your favorite couple, they get the free night certificate, and they've stayed at the Waldorf Astoria, and I've never stayed at no Waldorf, Conrad either, for that matter. I've stayed at several Hiltons and so on and so forth. But now, my next question, and I appreciate the way you just answered that, but if you could only have 2 credit cards, you got 36, and you had to get rid of 34 of them joints, which 2 would they be? And I'm gonna give you the screen. Actually, I'm gonna put my avatar so that way I can still hear you. And then just change this battery.
I just said the 2 cards, the American Express Platinum card and the Hilton Aspire card. Those are my 2 favorite cards. The Platinum card, number 1 for lounge access, the variety of lounge access. You know, it's not just Priority Pass. It's not just the Centurion Lounge. It's Escape Lounges. It's Plaza Premium. It's if you flying Delta, it's Delta. It's just way more than everyone else. And not only that, they have way more lounges than everyone else. I think Capital One has 3 lounges. I think Chase just built their one and only Sapphire Lounge in the United States. So yeah, the American Express Platinum card, and then secondly, the Hilton Aspire card. I mean, the Hilton Aspire card gives you automatic diamond status. It gives you that free night certificate, uncapped. I've stayed in Waldorf Astorias in that with that free night certificate. I've stayed in Conrad's. I got because I had diamond status. I was in Plano, Texas, and we stayed at the Tapestry. And because of the diamond status, we were able to get upgraded to the presidential suite in there. I have a video about getting upgraded to the presidential suite in Plano, Texas, at the Tapestry Hotel Hilton, which is a Hilton property. I've been upgraded to several king and queen suites because of having diamond status, and I wouldn't have had diamond status if I did not have the Hilton Aspire card. I'm not big on rental cars and things like that because when I travel, I don't like to drive. Like I do not like to drive. I jump in an Uber in a minute. So the rental car, CDW, and all of that stuff that come with hotel cars and travel cars, I don't pay any mind to. But that all does come with the American Express Platinum card and also the Hilton Aspire card. And on top of it, with the Hilton Aspire card, you get a $250 airline credit, which myself personally, I put into United Travel Bank. And if you don't know what the United Travel Bank is, it's basically a bank where you can bank money into for future flights and pay for the flights. I have content on that. It's easy. Basically, you just take the credit, you pay for, take the $200 now. Take the $200, put it in travel bank, and when you're ready to fly somewhere, you just book United and pay for it with the money that you already have banked. You can do the same thing with the American Express Platinum card because that card also has a $200 airline credit. So you have both of those cards, that's $400. That's 2 flights for some people, you know. If you want to fly in economy, if you want to fly in Comfort Plus on Delta, might be 1 flight, maybe 2 flights. But yeah, the Aspire card and the Platinum card, my 2 favorite cards, hands down. Granted, that's over $1,000 in annual fees. Like it is over $1,000 annual fees, and that's why I could not recommend it to everybody. Like I just can't recommend it to everybody. But for me, those are my 2 favorite credit cards.
And you did say that, and my apologies. I heard you say that too. I think that battery kind of threw me off. And I'll tell y'all, man, going back to this strategy thing, and I'm gonna speak on something real quick. And this just happened today. So what I typically do with my cash back is I don't go and buy a new ball cap or some slacks or some shades. Pretty much the majority of my money, 95% of it that I make from cashback credit cards, I actually redeem it and I invest it. I either put it into stocks or crypto. And those stocks or crypto that I redeem it to, I won't buy Bitcoin or Ethereum with it because these are crypto that I'm holding forever or until retirement or until later on. But it's my travel account. And just today, and I just did a video on it, I purchased some crypto with the last time and the time before that with my cash back from a credit card on stuff I'm going to buy anyway. And I made 91% return in the last week. This week I could lose 91. But in the last week, I made 91%. In the last year, this crypto, I'm not about to get it invested, but this crypto is up 4,233%. That's Rod's strategy. And that's what I'm saying about having a strategy of when you get these cards, don't just think about debt or I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just getting a card. Maybe one day I'll travel. You know, to be upgraded to a presidential suite, that's unheard of. I've never been upgraded to no presidential suite. It's unheard of. So salute to you, Sled. And I think I got maybe 2 more questions, and then we out of here, man. I know it's getting late. You on the East Coast or Central?
I'm on East Coast.
Oh yeah, we definitely about to get out of here. It's yeah. I got. So this gonna be a kind of tough question, but it could be a short answer question, maybe no answer question. Who's your favorite points and miles YouTuber?
What was that again?
Who's your favorite points and miles YouTuber?
My favorite points and miles YouTuber, Chad's Money Minutes. It's Chad's Money Minutes because Chad is straight to the point. He no nonsense. He don't cut corners, and he say the stuff. He reminds me so much of myself because he will say the things that other people are afraid to say. It's first of all, it's hard to get in front of this camera and talk to people. It's even harder to get in front of this camera and say stuff that's unpopular.
Thanks.
Like it is. It's hard to get in front of this camera and say stuff that's unpopular. And that's why I like Chad's Money Minutes, because I'm the same way. I'm as real as it get. You watch my channel, I'm as real as it get. It's gonna be whatever it is to me. How I think is how I'm gonna portray it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not getting in front of this camera to tell you about what somebody else thinks. I'm getting in front of the camera to say what I think. I gotta say something real quick.
Oh, take your time. I'm just working on your time. We can stay here another hour if you want.
In the comments, I got the Game Master LLC. He said something that a lot of people say about American Express. They say that after you get the first card, there's no hard pulls. I'm going to tell you personally, from someone who has had 19 American Express credit cards, they've hard pulled me 3 times. I've had 300 cards, but keep in mind, I've had 19 American Express cards. I have 19 American Express credit cards. So, it's a business. It's a business. So, and that's another thing about listening to what a lot of people say online. If you get 2 or 3 American Express cards, maybe even 5 or 6, maybe they will only prove you one time. But if you get as many as I do, sometimes they want you to prove that you are who you say you are. I've had when I applied for the Hilton business last year, they asked me for 4 months of business checking account statements. I sent it to them. No big deal. You know what I mean? Because I had them. As long as you legit, a lot of people try to make it seem like a financial review with American Express is scary. It's not scary. If you legit and you are who you say you are, send them the information. They will approve you for the card, and that's going to be it.
Well, I have to say, I love American Express, and I don't know if they did it. I don't think so. I think they just use my history with them. But I have to agree, if you get to a certain threshold or after a certain period of time and you apply, they will do a hard pull just to make sure that things are still in order.
Make sure.
I like what Mr. Mentor said, listen and learning, time for me to level up, time to travel. And he's been rocking with me since I first started my channel, before I had 1,000 subs, before I was monetized, any of that stuff. So I really appreciate it. And Chad said, Rod, you said a word I will never forget. You said a word. No, you said a word. I will never forget the look on my wife's face when I took her to Paris, business class. Took her to Paris. He ain't talking about Paris, Texas, and there is a Paris, Texas. He talking about Paris, France, in business class for $5. Fellas, can you imagine that?
Crazy.
Can you imagine? Now, she may know where you're going or not, but she may not. You just say, hey, I need you to pack a bag for about 5 days. I don't know how long they were there, but just say 5 days, 6 days, whatever, 7. Take you some little summer dresses or maybe a formal outfit, short, whatever you want to take. We're going on a trip. And sooner or later, you got to tell her. But just say you tell her this 2 months in advance. And then you get to the airport and she's trying her best not to ask, but by the time you get to the airport, you're going to have to let the cat out of the bag. Well, where are we going? We headed to Paris. How did we afford this? Whoa. How much money? The first question gonna be, how much money did you spend? Especially if you married or in a household. How much is this costing us? $5. She gonna either A, say it, or B, look at you like you doing it. And the two words, it's gonna either be 2 or 3 words, depending on what part of the country you're from. It's gonna either be you lying or you are lying. One of those two. It's gonna be one of them two. They ain't gonna be believing you. But then when you break it down to them and show them, hey, this is how we doing things, and we about to do bigger things. You know, I flew first class, never thought I would. I went to elite status lines and hotel, never thought I would. I went to Miami, San Diego, back to Miami again, San Francisco, New York twice, San Diego 2 or 3 times, Phoenix a couple times. I mean, major cities in the U.S. didn't pay $1, man. And I tell people, a lot of time when I'm in first class and they ask me, well, if all you do is YouTube, do you make a lot of money? Not really. Well, you don't get offended, but how do you afford this? It's called the power of points and miles, bro. Matter of fact, that's why you just subscribe to my channel. Tune in. I can teach you how to do it. That's what I told the last dude. Tap in. I can teach you how to do it. And then Chad said, I am truly honored, Sledge. And that's what I like, the real people. Now, I still watch. I don't watch a lot of the people I used to watch because now that I know what I know, either A, they're saying the same old thing, or B, it just ain't quite as interesting as it used to be. So I found new people. The Sledges, the Chad Money Minutes of the world, the some other YouTubers that I'm finding. But then running 3 or 4 channels, I rarely have time to watch YouTube because I'm content creating more than I'm content viewing. But lately, I've been trying to balance the two. So, Gamer said he got 10 himself and no hard pulls. 2 of the same business cards twice before the rule about 1 bonus per card. So cool. Well, we at the end of the comments, and that's the last call for comments. Ain't no last call like we're at the club. That was the last call. You got my main man, SledgeIncTeam. Do me a favor, go and subscribe to him. Check out his channel. I guarantee you're going to get it raw. You're going to get it unfiltered. You're going to get it real. Chat, tune in because I'm going to be on, what's it called? So you know, just know. What's it called, Sledge? What's this show I'm going to be on?
You go be on Find Out.
Yeah, Find Out.
And you go be on Unfiltered.
I can remember all these 3,000 different ways to earn points a mile, but I can't remember Find Out.
Find Out or Unfiltered.
Whenever we can put that together, man, I'm going to definitely make myself available. Also, check out the other great content creators in this live stream. If y'all want to, and I've been slipping on saying this lately, if you are a content creator, put hashtag content creator in the comments. That way people will know and go check out your channel. You don't have to be a credit card points and miles. You could be a cooking channel. You can be a variety channel. You could be whatever. You never know. I watch all types of channels. So, and networking is the best way to grow your own channel because everybody, I don't care who you are, unless you're homeless, you need credit. You might not be traveling, but hopefully we get more people that get out there and see more than their hometown, their home state, or their home county. Sledge, I'm gonna give you the stage, man. Any parting words? If you don't have to give you the stage. You got any parting words for the people?
Man, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Check out Find Out because I'm gonna get Rod on there. If y'all don't even want to mess with my channel, Rod go be on there. Check out Unfiltered 20 Question with Sledge. Rod go be on there too. And last but not least, piggybacking off what Rod was saying, where he was saying he don't watch all the same people that I used to watch before. I got an unsubscribed list for the people that joined the membership of my channel, and it's the funnest video I've ever made. But I appreciate Rob for having me on his channel. I appreciate everybody that tuned in because you didn't have to be here. And salute to all of y'all, and salute to Rob for sure.
Well, I appreciate that, Sledge. Thank you for those kind words. And salute to Sledge because he's on Eastern Standard Time, which means it's pretty much pushing 11 o'clock right now. He just finished a live. He didn't even have a full hour. He went straight to another live. So, and to be honest, man, this could have been longer. We've been going 1 hour and 25 minutes. but I'm really trying to keep them short for people that watch the replay and respect not only my guests, Sledge's time, but respect your time as well for the viewers. I do want to take the time to thank all the subscribers of the channel, the viewers, the channel members, the people that aren't subscribed, that are thinking about it. Hopefully soon we'll get you pushed over where you go ahead and make that leap and press that subscribe button. I do have some new stuff for the channel membership. It's already kind of been revamped. Did a 26-minute, which I don't like doing them that long, but it just came out that way, video for the members only. Pretty good video, if I do say so myself, in the words of JC. But tonight we have witnessed greatness, man. And when I promoted this, a little short time I had, I said special guest credit card guru. I didn't say his name. I just said credit card guru. And again, a guru does not mean you know everything. You just may know more than the average person. So definitely, if you've been inspired, I'm not worried about cash apps. I'm not worried about super chats. I do want to thank the super chat that I got earlier from Carnival Cruise Addicts. But if you've been inspired by what we've said tonight, the only thing I ask in return is to go to these various channels and check out the content and subscribe. It's free. So if you've been inspired, the only payback I want don't cost you a penny. It may cost a little bit of your time, but I guarantee you, if you're by yourself and you're sitting on a beach sipping on a pina colada, mocktail or a cocktail, or you're traveling with your family and you like Chad and you take your wife or your husband to Paris for $5, it's going to be time well spent. With that being said, again, it's your boy Rod. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, hit that bell notifications, share this out, because I know my man SledgeIncTeam, also known as Sledge, said some stuff tonight that somebody got something out of. And with that being said, as I end each and every live stream, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you're going to be amongst the stars, baby. I can guarantee you. I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, dropping more fire, dropping more knowledge. And until the next time, peace, baby. And I want to put this up real quick. Sledge, if you can give me like 45 seconds in the back, I greatly appreciate it. I just want to thank you kind of differently than I did on the screen. And for those that haven't done so, this is the Points Blank Nerd Network. It is something I made up, but it's also a legit business. It is an LLC. And you have Points Blank Travel, which we're on right now. To the left, you have the Points Blank Experience. It's more than a YouTube channel. It's an experience, baby. It is the variety channel. I do trending topics. I do interviews. We get to know people. We get in their business just a little bit. We just don't ask them about credit. We don't ask them about their bank accounts, and we don't ask them about their bedroom. But anything else is fair game. Make sure y'all check that out. And we have the Circle, which is investing with Rod. You only have $5, $10, $20 left after a payday to put in the bank. Come on over to the channel. I'm going to show you how to flip that money, man. I don't know. I'm somewhere between Waffle House and IHOP. I'm flipping pancakes. I'm flipping waffles. I don't know which job I want, but more importantly, I'm showing you how to flip money, baby. So come over there and check that out. And the final channel is under construction right now. It's out. You can go over there and watch some stuff, but I am revamping it as Points Blank Clips. And Points Blank Clips is basically these long live streams. I'm taking the best parts. I'm clipping an hour live stream into 2 to 5 minute clips, just to give you the best of the best. And with all that being said, we out of here, y'all. For the 8 real homies that are still here, do me a favor. In the comments outside of the video, I just need you to put in the comments outside of the video the word guru. That let me know you were here at the end. That'll make me show you some special love. And until the next time we out, y'all have a blessed and prosperous week.